Oh, it's a cold and frosty one. We've still not got any snow really in Lincolnshire, but it's nice to be walking around on not muddy grass. But yeah, this one's just outside my little place. Quite light actually last night. Didn't catch any activity going on. If you remember, this is quite a, well, I don't think there's a dog in sight. This is sort of well known for sort of gay people to meet up and stuff. Tend to get quite a few men in cars. But when I'm here, don't seem to happen now. I think maybe because my camera system lights up blue. Oh, look at that. Right on cue. It's poo time. I'm back again. So yeah, one thing I like about this place, we've got poo bins. You've got other bins. You've got a toilet. Disabled toilet. There's even an outside tap. You've got other bins over there. It's regularly logged on with the council, you know, to come and clean and lock up at night. So yeah, nice little area for your dog. So I went round before they've shut it off, so it's only sort of there, but it's all this big paddock. So it's quite nice. Busy-ish main road, but it can't be helped. But yeah, right spot, but I'm not getting very much sun at the moment because of these trees. I'm going to have to move. We can't be doing with that. Only downside, bloody winter. So, now would be a good time to talk about the future. So, yeah, lots of things have been happening over the last, what, 3 or 4 months. One big one, I'm not single, which happened really out of the blue. She's not really big for YouTube and stuff like that. She doesn't even watch YouTube, bless her. But yeah, so a little background about her. My name's Victoria, so she'll be cringing if she watches this. So I know her from, oh God, probably when I was sort of 16, 17. She was local. And then I sort of knew her family and her other sister. So yeah, she's been into V-dubs and stuff, so that's how we sort of met up at a V-dub show. So that's a long story short. She's basically been living near enough. So she's a digital nomad. She works online, so it's easy for her because she lives the other end of the bloody country to just drive up and stay with me. So, but she has to go back, unfortunately, now and again she's doing college courses for online stuff because she's setting up her own company, but her own little business. So, yeah, skipping on from that, looking at the future, I don't know what to do with the truck. Not because of a girlfriend or anything, it's, I want to move to Bulgaria. But do I drive there? Do I leave the truck in the UK as a home base? Do I take the truck there and rent it out as like an Airbnb? I can stick it on there. Do I take it with me? Don't register it in the country and just keep leaving the country now and again because it's a lot different over there. The rules, it's so much easier. Leave it on like the UK plates and just keep popping out and use it. So in the winter, I drive over because it's literally 6 hours and I'm in central Turkey or into Greece from there. Travel and keep in the sun because the idea is I want to retire this year. So January the 1st next year, or it'll be January the 1st 2025 is my goal. That's my end goal. It's all of crypto, unfortunately. To sell up and retire. That's it. Pack up work, whatever savings I got, live on them. And that's where Bulgaria comes in. Bulgaria is so cheap. I know so many people out there now. Your average costs like 50 quid a month. Council tax, 45 quid a year. Electric, your maximum's like 20 quid a month. Water rates, 5 quid a month. Internet is normally quite expensive, but it's one of the best in the world. You get 5G, it's like 25 quid a month. Health insurance, around 25 quid a month. You know, for like 100 quid or something. It's crazy. So that's why I was thinking, buying a plot of land and a house. I've seen some beautiful houses. If you follow me on Facebook, I keep sharing them because I can't afford to buy them, unfortunately, yet. But £5 can get you a house with land what needs renovating, but you can just drive there with a caravan and just park it up, or camper like a few others. If you go watch on YouTube Phoenix Project, they're a good one. There's quite a few. I might list a few actually in the details of a few I'm watching. There's a few English. There's Bournemouth to Bulgaria, I think they're called. Another couple who left. I'll tell you what, back in a minute. It's getting cold and my hands are frozen, so we'll get indoors and get warmed up. And we're back. Hey, we're on tripod as well. Oh, my hands are frozen. So yeah, where was I? So yeah, we're talking about sort of Bulgaria and the cost of living. Now, if you know a few, there's Rough and Ready YouTubers. They've just bought a property. You've got John and Donna, other friends of mine. Cozy Adventures, they've just bought a property. So yeah, it's they, you know, to be fair, I mean, I fell in love with Bulgaria probably 15 plus years ago. At my honeymoon of all places. It was an eventful one. We had someone die on the beach at the side of us. We got to the hotel and the honeymoon suite. We was put in a single room. So yeah, there was a bit eventful one. But moving on from that, I fell in love with the place, and I was looking at Sunny Beach at the time to maybe buy like a, because back then it was like 10-15 grand for a flat. I mean, they've shot up now. You're talking minimum sort of 40-50 grand for a little one-bed flat. But houses in Bulgaria themselves, so cheap, and it's so easy to set up now. And also your residency is easy. If you've got an EU passport, even better. You can get it done quicker. But yeah, why Bulgaria? As well, I've looked at a lot of places and I've been using a lot of online looking at houses, and it's still one of the cheapest areas. And I want to go back to the old ways of, I don't want to live in a house, if you know what I mean. I just want to use the house as a base and still travel. Now, if that's in this truck, if I build another one or a smaller vehicle, I don't know. My girlfriend's got a Caddy pop top. You'll see it in some of the shots, in some of the YouTube channel, you know, in the vlogs, because it's a little blue one that follows around, which is great because I can park this up and travel in this. Yeah, so at the moment everything is all ideas at the moment. I've looked at a lot of other countries. I mean, Portugal used to be the in place to go, but because of the restrictions on trying to get visas, you know, to get there, you know, no end of problem with getting problems. But, you know, and prices have shot up. Bulgaria is the same. The villages are really is where I want to be, on the outskirts of a village, or maybe, I didn't want the mountains, but I love the properties, and I might be interested in a mountain property. I love the style of them, where they're all like rock, instead of like how the Europeans build it. That looks like cheap brick, and it just looks horrible, and you have to render it to hide it. I do like the older style ski sort of chalets, where it's just literally rock, and then it's like wood and stuff like that. They're beautiful. I found some beautiful properties under 50 grand. Amazing properties, just fully living, you know, out of this world. Something in England would be $500,000. It's ridiculous over there. So yeah, that's the end goal. So cash in the crypto end of this year and start working out what to do. Do we just travel, continuously travel? But I think continuously traveling with the cost of fuel, I know it would get cheaper in other countries, or if I can find longer spots, because I hate this the next day waking up and travelling 2 hours. I want to see that area. So I would, if I was travelling, I'd be like Mr. Slow, just travelling village to village, just keep going. That would save a bit of fuel, but yeah, I don't know what to do. It's an awkward one. It's with the truck. You know, I love this truck, but I mean, I've got options. I could even swap this for a place, and like I say, then with my crypto funds, build another truck out there in, you know, with the air plates in the right country, with because that's another issue. If I legally take this to Bulgaria, I've got VAT and import duty and stuff to pay. Lucky enough, they can't look up the price of this in a book and see what it's worth. So that's one good thing, and I've got proof of a lot less of how much it's cost to build. But if they look up what the DAF is, it's like 15 grand. So maybe I could get away with it that way. I don't know. These are all still things I've got to look into. But you don't have to do that. It's only if you're registering your truck and changing to their plates, then you've got to pay all these. If not, you just keep it on the UK plates and you can just keep driving backwards and forwards. I think there's a year, if you have it in Bulgaria for longer than a year in total, then you've got to. But I'm still working out all the laws and stuff. But like another bonus, crypto, 10% its interest rates over there. Crypto is one of its biggest things over there. All my apps and everything, crypto apps work in Bulgaria. There's a lot going for it. A lot going for it. Cheap flights. But again, as much as the UK, I mean, I love the UK, don't get me wrong, I just think it's going down the pan. And for travellers and, you know, van life, it's just going to get worse. If you don't already know, there's Zeke, I can't remember his name, Zekan, the Mayor of London, he's already spoken about this. It's actually real. It's not, you know, conspiracy. It's Project Detroit. Look it up. 2030. He's introducing pay per mile, and it's going to be spread all over the UK. It's going to be on your engine sizes, everything. So I could be charged like £10 a mile. Who knows? The corruption what's going on, it's just crazy. Even electric cars are going to have to pay. You know, all this hype about, oh yeah, get electric, you get free this, free that. They're coming after everyone. They don't care. So, again, another reason I need to, I want to leave. And everything, if you've noticed now, everything in the UK is going AI. You've got McDonald's now going all electric. You've got the Humber Bridge now, I've just announced, they're sacking all their staff and going AI. It's all going to be computer. You know, and this is just going on and on. Will be a third world country run by robots soon. So I want to go, like I was saying, I want a plot of land with an house. I can grow my own food, get back to that sort of thing, and live in a community as well where you can help with others. So if I'm growing potatoes, next door's growing carrots, and I haven't got carrots, we can share, all that sort of thing. That's how we need to get back to living. Like I grew up like that. We had little mini homesteads. I grew up growing pigs. We had goats. We had all sorts of. That's why I don't drink milk, because we used to have goats. I used to have to go out in the morning, milk the goats, sieve it all, strain it all through a sieve, and then put hot goat's milk on the table for breakfast. And it used to make me wrench the stink of it. But then, like growing pigs, fatten them up, and then I used to sell them. I bought, you know, brand new racing bikes and all sorts with money from that profits. And then we used to keep half the pig, you know, take it to slaughter, keep half for ourselves and sell the rest for money. But yeah, I want to just get back to nature, really. Just live simple. And that's the idea, of just really live as frugal as possible on the savings. The problem is with the UK, it's just too hard. Everything's just too expensive. A couple of carry bags and you're like 50 quid in the shops. As you all know, it's alright me going on about it. Everyone in the UK knows how bad it's getting. Even if you're living in a van now, you know, with fuel going up, you've got gas going up, and, you know, everything goes up. I mean, minimum wage goes up in April, which is going to push even more things up. Just getting repairs done on vehicles pushes wages up and labour costs up. So, yeah, I want to get back to a system where you can trade. Like, you know, I'm going to have, you know, if I have a big plot of land, I want to do like an overland parking on it. We'll have little, something small, like 5 vehicles. I don't want to go too big. Just something I can keep under the radar. Cash pays for things. Park ups so people can park their overland up in a safe little compound, and then they can fly back to the UK or fly back to a country to sort their, because obviously you've got the Schengen, so you've got 90 days here and 180 days there, so people can leave the truck and just in safe parking and just fly out the country and come back later and do things like that. Just little bits of income. Help other UK people move across to Bulgaria, all sorts of things. Once I've done it and learnt how to do it, I can go looking for buildings and properties, because they're just everywhere. These villages are full of them, and you go and see the mayors in the villages, because if people don't pay the taxes, so when people die and there's a plot of land, and that's why there's so many derelict, it's probably too many people in the family to sort it out, and they're just left abandoned. But for as little as £2,000 you can buy them off the mayor, because after so many years, I think it was 4 years of no taxes paid, the mayor can take control of the property and sell them off, the land. But they're like, it's like a set price, like £2,000 or something. There was a couple I was looking at on a house, and I could have bought next door with it. The house was 15 grand with 2 acres, and next door had 4 acres of land with a house what was ruined. So you just bulldoze the house, and you've got another 4 acres next door. So it's 6 acres. It's crazy. So like 15, you know, 18 grand. You know, 16 with the fees and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, still don't know. I could end up living in Scotland. Who knows? But I'd quite happily just a little wooden shed in the woods. But as you know, in the UK, it is just terrible. I think we need to be getting back to sort of EU. Looking off, my girlfriend's got an EU passport, so that's a little bit of a bonus, because I can do a bit of travelling on hers. And she's up for travelling, which is brilliant. She's got no ties, so as long as she's got a laptop, brilliant. What else? Trying to think. I'm going to put kettle on and we'll come back. I'll think of something else. I can't remember what else I was going to talk about. Back. Oh. So yeah, another thing I was going to do a talk about. I was going to do a full video on it, but I'll only just put a partial bit in. And that's, if anyone you can remember, I did put some posts up. LGF Commercials, who built my truck, are now gonna do other box builds. Just an empty box, but they're clearing out space, and they're just getting one more new guy on board, and then they'll be able to do boxes again. So yeah, so I know a lot of people was asking, a lot of people, funny enough, I've just answered an email from somebody who's watched one of my old videos, asking about a box build. So the other thing as well with Hive, because that's where the email was coming from, so the old Hive team, if you remember, who's built a couple of trucks now, they've got one more big one coming in at the moment on the build. That's Artemis, I think you call it, if you look on Facebook or Instagram. Big orange, I think it's orange, yeah, Mercedes X-Fire engine crew cab one. It's having a big build. So yeah, that's their last build, unfortunately. The team is sort of splitting up. Andy, once he's finished, he's just in the middle of his big bus. He's off to Spain. A lot of the guys have sort of gone off. Like I say, rough and ready now. He was on the project on the other one. He's moving to Bulgaria. That's why they was all, you know, independent, but they can travel and help other people. So once everyone's back up and running, I know Andy will be taking all his tools with him to Spain. So if you're in Spain, he's going to set up like a little business. You can drop in on some land, he can help fix stuff and, you know, carpentry, all sorts, anything you want. And I think Rough and Ready, Neil, I'm sure he'll be doing the same. They'll be building trucks and stuff and campers and stuff over in Bulgaria. And lucky enough, it's the area where he's moving to is I'm going to be sort of close by, because that's the area I want, right next to a big, you know, it's near a big city, so everything's available. So we all should be sort of neighbours at some point. We might even be in the same village, we don't know. But yeah, just to let you know, LGF, you can contact him. I did message him. I was going to do forward. He said hang fire a minute because he's not fully ready for it yet, but you can get your feet in the door and just have a chat, or you can message me. I can, because I sort of help sell their boxes now, so you can come and view mine. I can explain. You can have different profiles, because mine's like a fancy one with a big round corner, so you can have like a proper normal one, so you've got no gold, you know, cold bridges and stuff, because this one, as fancy as it is, it has got a few cold bridges, but there is tips and hints to, you know, to stop that. So yeah, so LGF are back on board, hopefully this year, to help build a few little boxes for people, all sorts of shapes and sizes, and it was roughly, we was talking about 21,500 for a box with a door, and then it goes up a little bit, but the price, like I said, that, take that as sort of, that was the price last summer, last September. Obviously, like we say, the UK inflation, everything's just going up, so prices going up, unfortunately, so that might not be that price now, but it just gives you a rough ballpark figure. So contact them, mention my name, because they're only sort of doing the builds from, you know, who I send to, so, and they can literally knock them out once they've got this other guy on board within sort of 3 weeks, fitted, fully fitted, that is, you know, fully boxed to your truck. So, and they can do lots of other stuff, sort of clean your chassis up and stuff before it gets fitted. There wasn't going to be doing painting and stuff like that, not unless it starts becoming viable. They've got a paint shop there, but yeah, there wasn't that keen. They just want to do the boxes, because that's their bread and butter, just building truck boxes for all sorts of shapes and sizes. So yeah, that's that out the way. So what else we got? Yeah, I don't know what to do this year. Doing some more travelling. I've got to try and get up to Scotland, because my partner, she wants to go to Scotland as well. She's got a few spots where she wants to go, and she's not done it. So another key is hopefully crypto sort of pays out a little bit through the year, and I can enough to take a month off work, because I don't think it's worth doing Scotland unless you've got a good month, I reckon, to have a good run around. And I want to sort of do it sort of autumn time. If it, I mean, there's a lot of you being, so when's the best time to go to avoid the midges? So I mean, I think it is sort of that end September time, October time, would be a good time, I think, when the midges have gone, the colours are changing. I don't mind frosts and a bit of snow, but normally that time of year it's alright. But yeah, I'd love to get round. I need to see, because before I sort of move abroad, I need to get Wales, Scotland and Ireland. I'd love to do. But I've been looking at, Ireland used to be cheap for because in Ireland you can buy a plot of land. If it's got an old ruin on it, you can level that ruin and build on that foundations, and it's, you know, with no planning, as long as it's in the footprint. When I say no planning, you can legally get planning automatically. I think you don't want to be going a skyscraper, they'll say no, but you know what I mean. So it's a lot easier there, or do like a little homestead over there. But the prices have shot up over the last few years. I remember 5 years ago looking, and sort of 20 grand gets you a brilliant place, but now 50, 60, 70 grand for just a ruin on a bit of land. Maybe because with all this EU stuff, because that's the thing I want to, Scotland I was thinking, because if I go like the Hutters, if you go on Facebook, I quite fancy like even like a log cabin in the woods or somewhere up in Scotland. And and then I'm in the UK, you know, obviously I've got kids, as you know, but he's left home now and got his own place, and the youngest one, he wants to come with me anyway, but his mum said he can come stay with me all the holidays, all through the year, so wherever I go I need a good either flight or good access for picking him up, or trains or something. But yeah, if Scotland, I reckon Scotland in the future could change and go back to the EU, have a referendum and kick UK out. I think with the way the world's gone, they was promised everything, Brexit, they was promised the world, yeah, to stay in the UK, your fishing industries will be brilliant, and literally day one, they collapsed. I can remember seeing documentaries with all them shellfish companies and stuff, and all the little ports just collapsing, going bankrupt, just getting rejected at the ports. So if you lived up there, maybe, and they did go, you could get your EU passports and then you're free to travel, because we think we're free. We're not free at all, especially if you're UK. Everyone hates us, so I want to get out. You know, we can't go travelling free no more. So yeah, that's the goal, because it's not for me. I mean, I ain't got many more years left in me. Too many people around me are dropping off. But if I can get abroad somewhere and open a corridor for my kids so they can get into the EU or wherever and travel and be free themselves for the future, that's my goal. So if I can get a place set up somewhere abroad, my kids have got somewhere, they've got a hole, they've got a home, and they get out the UK. So yeah, that's about it. What shows have we got booked in for? So far, there's only one overland show this year, and that's September, back at Stratford. So as normal, we're booked in for that one. I'm booked in for the big van life festival one with Damo. My group and everyone's going to be there. It's going to be a massive overland, as you've probably seen. There's a massive overland section now. They're doing Adventureland or something, I can't remember. So yeah, everyone's going to be there. Apart from that, Slumber on the Humber, or it's Slumber Humber, I can't remember what he's changed the name now, but that's a local one to me. If you didn't go last year, go this year. It's an awesome little event. It's a proper back to normal family one. Last year was really good. Proper really good one that was. I enjoyed that, getting back to just sat outside the truck the whole weekend, looking for the weather helped, and just sitting chatting with people. It was a bit different to a lot of other shows. What other shows we got? That's about it. I'm just trying to get to more places this year. God, this is going to be a long old video. How long are we on now? God, let's get it all off my chest. So yeah, I think that's about it. If I think of anything else, I'll come back. But yeah, just upgrades and bits of the truck this year. I do ask if anybody can do stainless exhaust, because you've seen a video a while ago. We went in October to a local company, a mate of mine as well. He was supposed to be fitting a stainless exhaust, couldn't fit it on the day. Said he'll come down, take my exhaust off and do it, and never saw him again. And I thought, well, I'm not ringing you and chasing you. You can see my truck every day. You drive past it every day, so you know it's there. I just think, why? So yeah, I'm desperate for a stainless exhaust from the truck. If anyone can help me, let me know. Yeah, other upgrades. I could do with a Sparky as well, because if you remember my lights, I got ripped off big time with them. They cost me a fortune, because he didn't realise the chassis on these are wired different, to do with the earth, because a lot of these used to carry explosives. Army vehicles are earth different, so you don't get spark and ignite, ammunition on the back of the truck. So yeah, that needs fixing. and my lights wiring, because I've still got no strobes on the side of my truck. The spotlights work, but the flashings don't work. And I've noticed now some of my side lights, some of the bulbs are starting to go. There was any eBay, some little spotlights, I think it was like 18 quid each. But I've noticed when I've been out here, when I flick them on, there's a few bulbs gone. So need to swap some of them out. Yeah, just little odds and sods I need to, but they're the two biggest ones. I could do with a sparky. I could do with some leather seats as well. If anyone's good at upholstering, my leather seats, they're just plain basic, really just small back military seats. There's nothing fancy. There's no headrests, there's no big long back on them. They only come up to sort of about there. So yeah, very old fashioned. Just I could do with them doing as well. That's on my project list this year to do, to start the truck up, because if I do end up selling it, I'd rather have it all finished. But I can't see me selling it. It's too valuable to me. But like I say, now, back to the Bulgaria thing, I've got so many options I can do with this. I mean, like I say, I could swap this for all sorts. I still quite fancy, the canals again, but the canals are getting so expensive. The canal system can only work if you're just constant travelling. Constant travelling will cut your cost down massively, half of it. That is another option. I still quite fancy the waterways. As you know, I used to be on them. But then it freaks you out with all the floods come and stuff like that. It's just getting moorings. If you want a mooring, you're talking 3.5, 4 grand for something basic. If you're travelling, that's money's gone. You don't need to spend that. And fuel's a lot cheaper because you're on red. So again, like I say, I've got that many ideas, and I didn't expect somebody to walk into my life. It was a bit of a shock. So I was thinking all on my own at one point, and now I'm sort of thinking for two, but she's just quite happy to what I do. She'll come. So that's about it. But yeah, if you see me on the road, guys, like I've always said, just come and knock on the door, ask for a coffee. Always happy for a chat. It's getting busy out there now. Yeah, that's about it for now. If I think of any more, I'll come back. Did think of something else. So with the Bulgaria project, there was an idea I was thinking of, because like I said, I wanted to build some sort of little campsite or something, but I've got no building skills. So if you're somebody who follows this, or somebody who follows this, who's sort of down on their luck, but have got sort of builder sort of capabilities, might be interested in, maybe if I did go down this route of buying a house for the right land, but the house is a shithole and needs a lot of work, because it's all on the price, because things like over there, their roofs are a bit weird. So probably a retiled roof and stuff like that, and fixing the electrics and stuff. I could give them a little plot of land for free as well, and do some sort of deal where I'll pay for them to work out and stuff, give them a bit of land to live on as well. Yeah, little ideas like that I was thinking of as well, because I know there's quite a lot of, especially in the van life community, who are maybe not working, but you want your own little retreat. A lot of people with mental health now is struggling, who just want they want just they can't physically do full days work and stuff. I know quite a few people like that. I've got a son the same, who's severely with ADHD. He's in a housing and support thing at the moment. He's got his own place where they sort of look after him now. So I know how hard it is for people, and he has like his flips and, you know, but I was thinking of giving back somehow, if somebody wants to come and help build something. It's just an idea. I mean, I don't know. We could work something out, because I mean, I'll have the money, sort of thing. But sort of pay somebody and sort of give them an opportunity to have somewhere they could, you know, to live, either in a camper, or I could put a yurt on, or a little old cabin, or, because that's the thing in Bulgaria, you can buy a plot of land. There's two types of land. You've got your agricultural, and there's one called, I can't remember, I'm not going to say what I think it was, but they call them two types of land. Now, one you can live on or build on, and one you can't. That's basically it. The other one's agricultural. But without permission, you can build small wooden chalets, you know, log cabins. It's crazy. So I could still do the forest stream if I want to, and build a log cabin if I want to. But yeah, so that's the other option. So once I get into it all later in the year, I'll come up with some more ideas about it all and different options. But if I can find somebody who wants to sort of leave the country, I can sort of help pay for them to, you know, and sort of haven't got funds, haven't got anything. I could, you know, help for them to, I mean, because flights are like 65 quid, it's ridiculous. I could fly them even out there, get them, you know, and they could help me, you know, work on a project or something out there. Don't know. I might not even do anything like that, and just just buy a beautiful little log cabin in the mountains, in a little skiing lodge. I don't know. It's all dreams at the moment, but it's the dreams what keep me going. Who knows? I could pop me clogs tomorrow. Bloody heart attack, anything. So yeah, I think everyone just needs to have some dreams at the moment, because it's getting depressing in the UK. Seriously, I wake up, I don't know if anyone else, I mean, so far, health-wise, touch wood, I've been alright, but a lot of family issues with cancers and stuff like that, a lot, which I don't really want to get anywhere near, but that's why I want to get back to healthy, eating and growing your own food and stuff like that, getting out of work. Just waking up in the morning, because I get up now, I wake up and the first thing I've got to do is pop some painkillers near enough, because my back's gone, my elbows are gone, my shoulders gone from work. It's just, I've said this is it. The last year, that's the goal. So yeah, right, I think that's about it. If there's any more, I'll add it into another vlog. I'm not going to keep waffling on. So this has just been if you've made it to the end, well done. So we can all try and do something, but hopefully we can do something together with some sort of project. No idea yet. Like I say, I mean, if I get a project in the UK and he's still a builder and stuff, I'd be quite handy to know. So yeah, if there's anyone watching and you're sort of, you know, not really physically working no more, but you want to do something, just reach out. Never know. Just, we can always have a chat. It might sort of open my sort of thinking to other projects, thinking, oh, that's a great project, but I can't do any of that work. And if I see, like in Bulgaria, I don't know who you can trust. I've heard some stories, you know, you can be robbed off with building stuff, because you don't know, I don't know the language and stuff yet. So it'd be nice to sort of have somebody who can come in and just sort of know what to do. So, or even watch over it. You can be the foreman. But yeah, we'll come to something. Something will happen. Hopefully, I'm alive next year, and we can follow the dream on. But like I say, I could be just travelling, but travelling's expensive. Fuel's the biggest killer. That's the problem. That's why, as much as I love to travel the world, unless I had more income, as well as my savings had a sort of an income coming in, then that's a 50-50. I mean, Europe and stuff like that's fine. You can do that for a good few years, but which is the plan. I want to do it in stages, so I'd rather have a base abroad and then travel. So, but will it be in this truck? Will it be in something more modern? Don't know. So, keep everything open. That's my goal this year. And then, like I say, talk to people online. See if anyone else wants to get involved in projects and stuff. Because I'd love to set something up, sort of like, you know, like in Bulgaria, where we can help get people into these villages, because they're just derelict, half of them. And we can set up a new community. So, and I'll start, you know, living off grid, because that's all you see in these groups. People want to live off grid. Oh yeah, I want land, I want this, but they're just dreamers. But this you can reality do that abroad without the council and all the red tapes and everything. You know, that's, I think we're all gonna have to bite the bullet and move. So right, I'm gonna leave it there. That's enough waffle. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Catch up with the adventures this year. I ain't got a clue what we're doing. Like I said, I've got a couple of events. That's all I've got booked in for, about 3. So they'll come along as I go. I'm not doing like big paid ones where you got to try. Too expensive. Assume it, every weekend you can do a festival, and it's like 100 and plus quid. Then I've got like 200 quid fuel. Then you've got extras on top. It's too expensive. I'd rather put that 500 odd quid, you know, sort of 300-500 quid away towards me dream, unfortunately. So yeah, catch me on the road. If you see me, like I say, pop in, and we'll see you all again. Cheers for watching.